Hello everybody, this is Baka Zombie and welcome back to another Pokemon TCG Live video. Today we're going to be looking at a Terapagos deck. I did build this one myself, so it's probably bad, but we're going to try it out today, see how it works out. We're going to go over the deck list here, so we have a little grip on everything that's happening in this deck, and we're going to go forward from there. So, if you guys do want to try the deck out for yourself, the deck list is in the description below, so you can copy and paste that into TCG Live and try it out for yourself. But with that being said, let's go over the cards that are in this deck. So first and foremost, we have Terapagos. Terapagos. I say Terapagos. If you say Terapagos, cool. Have fun. But I say Terapagos because it's Terra. It's Terrasta. I just went against my own words there. Terrastalized. Terra. Terrastalized. Terapagos. It's probably Terapagos. I say Terapagos. Moving on. Anyway, Terapagos EX. This Pokemon relies on having a large bench for its first attack, the first attack being Unified Beatdown. If you go second, you can't use this attack during your first turn. This is to stop you from just blowing people up really easily with this attack, but it is still fairly strong. So this attack does 30 damage for each of your bench Pokemon. So you already kind of can figure out from here that we're going to be using the Area 0 Underdepths Stadium to have a big bench, so we can do more damage with the Unified Beatdown, which does a lot of damage. That being said, Terapagos does also have a very good secondary attack with Crown Opal, does 180 damage. During your opponent's next turn, prevents all damage done to this Pokemon by attacks from basic non-colorless Pokemon. So that's going to stop attacks from things like Raging Bolt, Teal Mask Ogerpon, Roaring Moon, Okie Dogie, if we're in the Loyal 3 deck kind of thing. So it does stop a lot of those, which is really nice, but it doesn't stop big things like Charizard or Dragapult. But we'll get into some things that might help with that later in the deck. Unfortunately, Crown Opal does take 3 different kinds of energy, which isn't the easiest thing to do. It's one of the quote-unquote stellar attacks. So it takes a grass, a water, and a lightning energy. So getting that to work is a little bit harder, but we do have ways to also mitigate the cost that it takes to make those. But, again, the deck is made around Terapagos. What else is there to help it? We have a lot of colorless Pokemon here to help the Terapagos, because that'll go along with, again, another card later in the deck. But one of the other new Pokemon from the Stellar Crown set is Noctowl with its ability Jewel Seeker. Once during your turn, you can play this Pokemon from your hand to evolve on your Pokemon. If you have any Terra Pokemon in play, you may search your deck for up to 2 trainer cards, reveal them, and put them into your hand, then shuffle your deck. So you need a Terapagos out on the field for this ability to work, but then with Noctowl, you can search for things like Boss's Orders, you can search for things like Glass Trumpet, you can search for the Area 0 Underdepths, you can search for any trainer card, 2 of them, and put them in your hand. It only works once, unfortunately, and it only works when you evolve the Noctowl. So it is very limiting, but because it's so easy to evolve from a Hoothoot to Noctowl, you don't need things like rare candy, just go straight to it. It is very useful in the moment. So we're running a 2-2 line of Noctowl and Hoothoot. We also have the Fan Rotom with its ability Fan Call. Once during your turn, you may search your deck for up to 3 colorless Pokemon. Once during your first turn, sorry, I should specify. This is only during the first turn. You may search your deck for up to 3 colorless Pokemon with 100 HP or less, reveal them, and then put them in your hand. Then shuffle your deck. You can't use more than 1 Fan Call ability during your turn. So we do have 2 Fan Rotoms in here. It might be worth it to drop down to 1, but you kind of want to make sure that you get it on your first turn, because that's the only time Fan Rotom is really going to be useful. It does have, for single energy, Assault Landing, does 70 damage if there's a Stadium in play. So you do need the Area 0 Underdepths in play for Rotom to do the attack, but 70 for a single energy isn't the worst thing in the world. But you can use that Rotom to grab Hootoots, you can grab Doduos, you can grab Bouffalants, you can grab Bidoofs. A lot of good things to grab from the Rotom. Speaking of the Doduo, we go to Dodrio with his ability Zooming Draw. Once during your turn, you may put a damage counter on this Pokemon if you do draw a card. So this is a little bit of a draw engine here. And the damage done to the Dodrio also helps with its attack. For single energy, Ballistic Beak does only 10 damage, but it does 30 more damage for each damage counter on this Pokemon. So you can, with just base Dodrio, you can get up to an additional 270 damage. So it does a max of 280 if you have 90 damage counters on this Dodrio. If my math serves it correctly, 3 times 9 is 27, so 270. But yeah, really good attacker, also really good draw Pokemon. And it fills up your bench for the Terapagos. To also help build up the bench and to just make your Pokemon a little bit bulkier, we do have the Bouffalant, another Pokemon from Stellar Crown, with this ability Curly Wall. As long as you have at least one other Bouffalant in play, all your basic colorless Pokemon take 60 less damage from attacks from your opponent's Pokemon. So it does only help your Terapagos, your Rotom Fan, if that's in the active as well, but the Dodrios, the Bibarels, and the Noctowls, it will not, so just remember that. And you're never going to attack with this thing, but if you have to, 3 energies for 130 damage, very rare, but it could happen. So we're only running 2 Bouffalants in here. I kind of wanted to run 3, because then it just ensures that even if like one of your Bouffalant get knocked out, you can still put in another one, but I just didn't really have the space for it. There might be one card or so we could get rid of to put it in, but as of right now, I don't have the space for it. We also do have Bloodmoon Ursaluna EX, so this would get the buff from the Bouffalant as well. This is a very good tech card, and it's already a normal type, so why not put it in here? With its ability Seasoned Skill, Bloodmoon used by this Pokemon's costs 1 colorless energy less for each prize card your opponent has taken. So its attack is 5 energies, but if your opponent has taken like 3 or 4, it's very easy to power up this Ursaluna to do 240 damage. You can't attack for the next turn, so this is kind of a late game mon. You're trying to get the final knockout with it, unless you have a way to get it out of the active spot. And then another draw engine, we have Bibarel ability Industrious Incisors. Once during your turn, you may draw cards until you have 5 cards in your hand. You're not attacking this thing. Don't attack with the thing, please. So those are all the Pokemon that we have in the deck. As far as trainers go, we have 3 Buddy-Buddy Poffins. Helps you get out your Hootoots, your Doduos, your Rotoms, your Bidoofs. We have 1 Counter Catcher. We have 2 Earthen Vessels. This card you might be able to get down to 1 and be fine. So you could probably drop this and maybe add a Bouffalant, maybe add a different card. But for right now, 2 Earthen Vessels in here help us find those different kinds of energies that we need for the Terapagos. We have Glass Trumpet, 3 of these. This is another card, probably drop down to 2, but 3 hasn't been an issue for me either. This helps you build up your other Terapagos on your bench that may need that energy once your active Terapagos gets knocked out. So, Glass Trumpet, for those of you who don't know, you can use this card only if you have any Terra Pokemon in play. Choose up to 2 of your bench of colorless Pokemon, attach a basic energy card from your discard pile to each of them. We also have 3 Nest Balls, helps us get out those bigger basics like the Terapagos, like the Ursaluna, like the Bouffalant. 2 Night Stretchers to get back Pokemon or energy that might be in the discard pile. Probably could drop down to 1 there, but I don't have Super on here, that's why I'm running 2 of them. I have Prime Catcher as our A-Spec, so we can help pull up mons that are really good targets for our attackers. 2 Switch cards, helps us get Ursaluna out if we have to use that Ursaluna attack, or just get like things like Bibarel if it gets boss ordered up, get those out of the active. 4 Area 0 Underdepths, because this is a very important card to Terapagos. You need this on the field to get the maximum out of its primary attack. 2 Boss's Orders. 1 Carmine. I figured it's not the end of the world to go first with this deck because Terapagos can't attack if you go second. So if you go first, you can Carmine easily enough. We have 2 Crispin. This is one of the ways to help accelerate that 3 different kinds of energies that Terapagos needs. You can grab 2 of those, attach 2 of them in 1 turn, and if it's like later in the game where there's already energy in the discard, you could Glass Trumpet it, the other one on. But Crispin is a way to accelerate that energy cost. You could also just use Crispin to get the first attack off for Terapagos without the reduction from double turbo energy. We're also running 2 Iono, 1 Lacey. I just like Lacey. I don't know. I really like Lacey as a card. I've mentioned this before in videos. I don't know. I don't think a lot of people play Lacey, but I like it as an alternative to Iono because it is still like, it's still a consistent draw of 4 at least, and you get to shuffle your deck. So I don't mind having a Lacey in there in place of like a third Iono. Is essentially what I use Lacey's for. We have 2 Brave Charms. This really helps with Dodrio because you need that damage done to you for Dodrio to do extra damage. And it's not a terrible idea to buff your Terapagos either, giving it some extra HP. As far as energies go, we have 3 double turbo energies. Maybe drop down to 2 and put in a different card you'd like. Otherwise, we have 2 grass, 2 electric, 2 water. So that is the full deck. We're going to try this thing out, see how it goes, show you how it works, yeah, let's jump into some battles. We always choose tails, we always lose. I'm still, like, now that I'm actually making a video, I am self-conscious about saying Terapagos, even though it's supposed to be Terapagos, because it's like Galapagos too, but I'm saying Apagos instead of Galapagos. Anyway, first or second. You know what? Going first with this deck isn't the end of the world, like, especially because we do have Carmine, and we can't attack with Unified Beatdown anyway. So, might as well go first. Doesn't allow us to play supporters outside of freaking Carmine, but this is actually a really good start for us. We do get the Fan Rotom, the Doduo, and the Terapagos. We also have a Switch. We have Buddy-Buddy, we have Nest Ball. We have all the things we need here. We're going against a Blissey deck. Blissey with Dusclops. This is interesting. I'm going to put down a Terapagos. Put down a Doduo. I'm going to use Fan Rotom to Fan Call. We can grab a couple Boofs. And I think a Bidoof. A couple Boofs and a Bidoof. Play them boys down. Now, something I could do here is just, like, go all in and do the Area 0 Underdepths, Nest Ball for another Terapagos, Buddy-Buddy Poffin even. Do I want to do that? Because I would like to have a Noctowl for next turn. I think I'm going to do that. Because, like, it's unfortunately very easy for them to use the Area 0 Underdepths against me by getting rid of it. Only one of our Hootoots is in the deck, by the way. I'll grab another Doduo. Then I'm going to Nest Ball for the Terapagos. I'm going to switch back and forth now because I'm conscious about it. And then what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to play a Switch here. And switch up a Doduo. Because if the Area 0 Underdepths gets destroyed, then I can get rid of a Fan Rotom and a Doduo. And probably the Bidoof. Probably the Bidoof. I hate to say that, but I kind of think the Bouffalant's going to be more useful. We do have the Buddy-Buddy Poffin here. Get a couple Duskulls. I'd really like some kind of draw card next turn, or even like Noctowl. Noctowl would be really good for us next turn here. We see the energy attached to the Chansey and the Ogre Pawn. I get a water energy. That's kind of poopy. Shapoopy. What? Is it worth it to start putting damage on with Rotom, or do I just attach a water energy and then call it a day? I think I'm just going to attach water energy to Terapagos and call it a day, unfortunately. Unfortunately, I think that's what we have to do. I would hate to see a Dusclops here. Or, Dust Noir, the big one. Dusclops can't KO any of my Pokemon. It's the Dust Noir, that would be an issue. See another Teal Dance. We see another Chansey. And a pass. So, fortunately, my opponent also isn't getting anything. Double Turbo Energy. Now, that's what I want to see. So we can attach the double turbo. We can switch. We can start attacking with our... I should have put it on the other one. I'm an idiot. Start attacking with our Terapagos. Because this one already has an energy on it, so I could have been powering it up for the other attack. But now I've got a bunch of energy on one Mon. That's kind of dumb. But here we are. I got greedy. Dodrio. That's what we needed to see. Get a little extra draw action going here. Duskull is going to come in. Double Turbo onto the Chansey. And anything else for my opponent? Counter Catcher. Okay, that's a little annoying because Bouffalant is hard to get out of the active, and I think I've used both my switches already. Yeah. Yep. So we do get 2 Dodrios, though. So we can hopefully draw into a double turbo to attach to that Bouffalant to get a retreat going. Zooming draw will get us a grass energy, not what I wanted to see. Zooming draw. Get us a Prime Catcher. That's the other way to get around this. Perfect. Terapagos is doing 30, 60, 90, 120, 150, 180, 210, 2... I think it does enough to KO an Ogerpon. Do I get greedy and go for the Ogerpon or the Chansey? I'm going to go for the Ogerpon. I'm going to attach a Grass Energy to this Terapagos. And yep, just enough to KO an Ogerpon. We get 2 energies off the board. Very nice. And we take really early lead here. My opponent loses their Area 0 boost. Okay, get a Bravery Charm and a Crispin. Crispin's good in case, like, Bouffalant gets counter-catchered up again. Then we can retreat it at an unfortunate cost of 2 energies, but we do what we can. My opponent just super rods. That's fine. Like electric energy, and they concede. Yep. Unfortunately, my opponent just wasn't getting anything. There, I would have been able to have a Terapagos fully powered with energies if I didn't misplay earlier. So let's not try to do that again. But yeah, fortunately, we were able to get into a position where we were drawing just the cards we needed to get around what essentially is a stall deck for my opponent. Because it would have been Blissey trying to survive as long as it can while doing some damage. And then, like, Dusknoir is blasting us off the bench is essentially what it would have been. And then Blissey could have moved energies around. I get the idea of the deck. Unfortunately, my opponent just didn't get the draw they needed. So, let's get another battle and see how we do again. Okay, this very much appears to be a Charizard deck. So, this will be a true test for this deck. Because we can't rely on Terapagos' second attack. We can use it if we want a consistent 180. But Unified Beatdown is going to be the stronger attack here because it's not going to... Crown Opal isn't going to block any of my opponent's Pokemon from attacking if it is a Charizard deck like we expect. Pretty decent start. No Rotom Fan, most notably. We're going to lead with the Terapagos. It's a Duskull, so very well still could be a Charizard deck. We've seen Ultra Ball. I see him for a Charmander. Fire Energy and a Counter Catcher. To find a Rotom V. Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. Want that draw. I originally did have Squawkabilly in this deck as well, but it seemed a little redundant to be going for both Rotom Fan and Squawkabilly turn 1 to get that ability off. So I ended up scrapping those for boss's orders because I realized I forgot to put boss's orders in this stupid deck. Alright, so there's a pretty good setup for our turn 1. Our opponent doesn't have a Charmander yet, which is huge because they can only Dusknoir us this turn and it's not going to KO a Terapagos. So that is good for us. We can end here. I don't need an Earthen Vessel right now because I already attached my energy for the turn, and discarding a card to get 2 energies just opens us to get Iono'd and lose out essentially on a card. We see the Buddy-Buddy, so Charmander is going to start showing up. Yep, there they are. But another Buddy-Buddy is probably for some Duskulls. Or, no, Pidgeys, of course. You really only run one line of the Dusknoir in this deck. I see the energy attached to the Duskull, and then an Arven for a rare candy and a 4 Seal Stone. Are you gonna... What are you gonna do here? Yeah, you're gonna retreat the Duskull. Okay, I was gonna say, you don't attach the energy to a Duskull just to evolve it into Dusknoir to KO yourself. Oh, they don't even evolve this turn. They're just saving the rare candy for, like, a Charmander next turn? Huh. Here's the thing. I don't think I can... No, I can't KO Rotom this turn, right? Because it's 30, 60, 90. It's only 90. Do I go for a KO on a Charmander, or do I go after the Duskull? I think I'm going to bring up the Duskull. I'll bring up my Terapagos. But then I play a switch back into Terapagos. I don't have a Bidoof, so I might as well discard this Bibarel. I have a water energy already? Yeah. Give me a grass and electric then. I'll attach the grass. And then we will Unified Beatdown to KO the Duskull. Then we get a card. Hopefully it's a good draw card. Dodrio, maybe. Hoothoot. Okay. Hoothoot does not help me for next turn. Yeah. Finding a Lacey or an Iono or even Carmine at this point would be very helpful. Actually, if we top deck a Carmine, that'd be kind of perfect for us. But we're going to see a Charizard come out this turn. Now, luckily, Charizard can't KO me, even with, like, a Defiance Band. Oh, wait, no. It could with a Defiance Band, because I took a prize card. And Charizard gets stronger when you get prize cards. Rare Candy into Charizard. So you just grabbed an extra Charizard for fun. You already had this one. You'd think you'd grab a Pidgeot, then, if you were grabbing something extra. So I won't be able to KO this Charizard. There's a Defiance Band. That's going to KO me, and I think that, unfortunately, because we haven't drawn anything else, is just going to let my opponent win, which really blows. Okay, You put Doduo in the active. Getting Dodrio here would be really cute. We're just not getting anything, which really sucks. The best I can do is boss orders up the Rotom to make him waste stuff, resources, getting it out of the active, and that's all I can do. Like I said, we have 4 different ways to get draws from supporter. We have Dodrios. We have Noctowls. But yeah. Another Duskull and a 4 Seal Stone. It's going to allow my opponent to probably get the Rotom out of the active spot here, I would assume. In some form or another. Switch. Alright, just a switch. Straight switch. I thought it might be Prime Catcher, but doesn't seem to be. My opponent hasn't played a supporter yet, though, no. Yeah, they could boss orders here for sure if they wanted to. Burning Darkness, just going to KO the Doduo. Makes sense. If I draw a Dodrio here now, I'm going to be so mad. I'll be so mad, but I have to throw up Noctowl. Hoothoot. I got to get something here. I play so few energies in this deck, and that's all I'm drawing. It's crazy. It's crazy. Kill my Hoothoot, I guess. I probably should have put up the Bouffalant, because the Hoothoot could have been useful if we drew a Noctowl. But at this point, too, because all of our Pokemon are getting KO'd, it means that our Unified Beatdown is going to do 0 damage. So, yikes. And here comes a Dusclops. Then just build up to a Dusknoir. Curse Blast into what? The Bouffalant. Why? You just gave me a free prize card, buddy. That's interesting. Oh, there's the Dodrio! Ultra Ball. For, I'd assume, a Pidgeot at this point. You already have a Charizard in your hand. Unless they're just not running Dusknoir and they're only running the Dusclops. But they've already played 2 Duskulls. I assume it's Pidgeot. And you're like gonna... Boss orders. No, it's Pheasantipity. That doesn't work. I wonder if it's Pidgeot Surprised? There's the... You had the boss orders already. No, why you're dinking around with Pheasantipity and stuff like that. It must be that both the Pidgeots are prized and he's trying to find the Pidgeots and just can't find them. Well, Bouffalant, it's your turn to die. Unless I switch it on Hoothoot, then it's Hoothoot's turn to die. Yeah, I mean, that's the end of it. Oh, that was really bad. I'm trying to think. Because, like, I think we have enough draw supporters in this deck that we don't need more. But they just weren't showing up. Or things that we needed. Like, I don't know how we were drawing so many energy cards. I guess there is technically 9? I mean, there's only 9 energy still. And we drew 4 of them. Literally, the only supporter we got was boss orders. I don't know. If you guys have suggestions, obviously, leave it in the comment section below. Because I'm not perfect. This is why I use a lot of deck lists when I make these videos. Because I'm not anywhere near perfect in building decks. I try. I do want to try. So this is one of my most recent attempts. But we're going to get another game and see if this one goes a little bit better. Alright, we always use tails. We always lose. Hey, we've hit both the tails both times that we flip. Let's go first again. That going second nonsense. I didn't like that. I did not like that. Of course, our draw was also just terrible the whole time. So that didn't help the situation. Oh, look, Rotom's here this time. Rotom's here this time. Who do I put in the actor, though? Probably Rotom. Because if Rotom faints, it's not the end of the world. It's not the end of the world by any means if Rotom faints here. I wonder if there's another Charizard deck, or they just like Charizard. It does seem to be a Charizard deck. Bravery Charm. So we're going to play Hoothoot. We're going to play Bidoof. We're going to Fan Call. We can grab only one of our Bouffalants. So the other Bouffalant is prized, which kind of sucks. But we can grab Noctowl. And we can grab Doduo. So we can put down a Doduo. Is it worth it to put down Bouffalant if the other one is prized? I don't think so. At least not this turn. Maybe next turn before we Iono. But I think for right now, we're fine with not playing it. So, let's just end the turn. We'll have a Dodrio and a Noctowl next turn, though, so. And with Noctowl, I could do something like Area 0 Underdepths and... Oh, wait, no, sorry. We can't Noctowl next turn. Because we don't have Terapagos out. I almost got myself. There comes a Charmander in the Duskull. And probably a Pidgey and a Charmander, I would think. Both my opponents had two Buddy-Buddy Poffins off the rip, which is kind of crazy. They're going to grab just a Duskull, though. Either this deck doesn't play Pidgeys, or they play, or 2 of them are prized, or they only play 1 and that one's prized. I'm surprised they didn't grab another Charmander, though. Because that leaves that Charmander very susceptible to getting KO'd. I see an Ultra Ball. For what? What would you Ultra Ball for at this point? Can you get rid of Counter Catcher and a Super Rod? Baited in breath with anticipation. Rotom V. Okay, there you go, obviously. I don't know why I keep forgetting Rotom Vs in this deck. Literally, my Dragapult deck that I play is just a Charizard deck with Dragapult in it. So obviously there's going to be Rotom Vs. Okay, they just do their draw, though. I have so many cards that would be great for Terapagos, and we don't have Terapagos yet. Let's put down Dodrio. Let's actually drop a Bravery Charm on our buddy boy here. We can zoom in draw. See if we get Terapagos or a way to find one. We just pull a Terapagos right off the rip. Perfect. That opens up so much for us here. Because now we can Noctowl. And we can Jewel Seeker for the Area 0 Underdepths. As well as... maybe Prime Catcher? Yeah, let's go for Prime Catcher. And Area 0 Underdepths. Let's play that. Let's Prime Catcher up this Charmander. And then I'm hoping, against all hope, that we pull a double booster energy. Put down the Bouffalant. I might as well put down Ursaring just to power up Terapagos, and then we'll Iono. Double colors, no whammies. Frick. That's sad. Not even a single energy. See, last game we drew all of our energies. This time we draw none. It's just kind of how it works, unfortunately. Buddy-Buddy Poffin isn't going to help me, but I might as well go for it. Sure. I do have 2 more Area 0 Underdepths, if that matters to anybody. I just put him in position now to KO me with Charizard. We made the big swing and didn't hit, unfortunately. I could... well, Charizard can't KO me, though. I mean, they can with Duskull, though, so I hate to do it to me, but I'm going to switch into Bidoof. That sucks so bad. That sucks so bad. We do see the Pidgey. Why did they not grab the Pidgey with the Buddy-Buddy Poffin earlier? That's so weird. Do they have... can they evolve here? Into Charizard? If not, I sold. Okay, we see Professor Turo pick up Rotom. No, pick up the Charmander. That's good. Because now I don't think they had a way to evolve into Charizard anyway this turn. But yeah, I assume they didn't have a way to... but it wastes their Professor Turos, right? Which is good for us. It wastes their supporter for the turn is what I should say. It does also waste the Professor Turos, but it more importantly wastes the supporter for this turn. You see the instant charge? Okay, can we get something here? Not that. I mean, Bibarel is something. Do I take the 1 card from Dodrio first, or do I get 1 card from Bibarel first and then grab Dodrio's? I think I do that. Just because Dodrio isn't guaranteed to get us any... I'm glad I didn't Dodrio there, because that would have been such a waste. Still is a waste, but here we are. Carmine, thank you, thank you, thank you. It's getting rid of so many of my resources, like 2 Stadium cards and a Night Stretcher, but like, at this point, I need to play Carmine, right? Okay. We're getting somewhere at least, right? Copium? Any copers in the chat? I'm getting attached to Terapagos. Fortunately, it's another grass energy that I'd be attaching. But I also have a Lacey for next turn. I would be getting rid of a lot of good things. There's just something with this deck that's not clicking. Iono, I mean, I'll take it, I guess. I don't love it, but it's something. Hey, double colorless, or double turbo, another Dodrio, a Crispin if we need it, water energy. This is doable. That sucks. That really sucks. Oh no. That's so bad. The collapsed stadium is so bad. I mean, Noctowl and Fan Rotom for sure. I guess Bouffalant. Ursaluna? Yeah, that's so bad. Collapse Stadium is so bad for us. Especially because we've already... Now 3 of our stadiums are gone. We only have 1 left. Luckily, this deck... Wow, they aren't getting anything either. Luckily, their deck also only plays once... Or does only play 1 stadium. Because I have the Switch, I think it is worth it to play Iono. So let's do that. I'm going to switch in a Terapagos. Water Energy on the Terapagos. Another Dodrio. And then we can Iono away my opponent's huge hand. We get our Area 0 Underdepths and 2 Nest Balls is really good. So let's drop that. Now our bench is huge again. Nest Ball. Our Hoothoot is prized. We only have 2 Pokemon in here. How much are we doing? 150? If we get another, it's only doing 180, which isn't enough to KO Rotom. Well, here. I mean, we needed to get some extra draw anyway. So here, Fan Rotom. Let's do Bibarel first to get 2 cards. Double Turbo and Electric. Dodrio. We have, like, no cards left in our deck already. Noctowl. If I had a Hoothoot, that'd be really cool. Another Zooming Draw. Lacey. Okay. I was hoping for my second Night Stretcher, unless that's already in the discard. No. Kind of sucks Unified Beatdown isn't going to do enough to KO a Rotom here. We just have to hope that we put whatever cards my opponent needed to the bottom of their deck with that Iono. Rare Candy. They're going to evolve something, so this is a Pidgeot. It is the Pidgeot. Again, the nice thing is that Charizard won't be able to KO me. The unfortunate thing is I can't KO it back. It just has way too much HP. But we are in kind of a position here to be able to actually do damage consistently. Because I can damage the Charizard. And then if they KO my Terapagos, then I can Glass Trumpet. No, because my Terapagos won't be on the bench. Oh, wait, no. It doesn't have to be on the bench, right? No, it does have to be on the bench. Poopy. I mean, I'd have a double turbo anyway, right? That being said, even if we like get rid of their Charizard, I guess they can't KO my Terapagos because they do have Duskull. They're gonna get the Charizard though. Do they have the Dusclops? Is the question. Because if they have the Dusclops, they can KO my Terapagos this turn, which would be bad. Okay, and they now have a big boy bench. Yeah, this deck is a little too slow and not consistent enough, so it's figuring out how to shore that up. Now, obviously, looking at other Terapagos deck lists will help with that. But I really wanted to try making this deck without looking at other people's lists first. Defiance Band isn't going to help at this point, unless you do have a Dusclops. Because if you do have a Dusclops, you could actually... Or if you have, like, if you use Pidgeot to find the rare candy to get to Dusknoir, you can bop something off the bench. Which, no, if you take a prize from your Dusknoir, then you aren't ahead. So you would need to Dusclops something to set up for later. And then you would have enough to KO a Terapagos. So you could use it to blast my other Terapagos. Setting it up to get KO'd later. And then that would make it so your Charizard is able to KO my active Terapagos. But you also have to get the Rotom out of the active, right? The Rotom is still hanging out. So maybe you just let the Rotom go down. So I take the prize lead and then you bring in the Charizard to KO mine. Excuse me. I'm kind of at the point, too, where I just need to attach 2 energies to Terapagos to get as much damage as I can off, rather than stunting myself with the double turbo. I mean, Prime Catcher will get your Rotom out of the active, I guess. But yeah, then I definitely double turbo energy this Terapagos. Big 180, that's fine. Nest Ball. There's nothing for me to Nest Ball, correct? I'm correct in saying that. I mean, I might as well play it, right? Just to see. Yeah. I'm out of basics. So that means one of my Terapagos is also priced. I have a Noctowl, a Bouffalant, and a Terapagos in my prize cards. It's crazy. That's a crazy thing to say. A Lacey. Okay, we get another Bibarel. I have an electric energy for next turn in case I have to use my Crown Opal. I prefer not to, but if I have to. I could also use Dodrio to attack next turn. Because Dodrio's getting a ton of damage on it. Noctowl. Again, there's that Noctowl I can't use. I do 160 with either right now. That's kind of poopy. But it's enough to set up Charizard to get KO'd next turn, right? Well, wait, no. Well, yeah, no. If I do 180 next turn, it'll be fine. Because 160 would only bring us to 320. So I need to do 180 to KO that Charizard. They also don't have the Defiance Band boost still. So even if they, like, boss orders up my other Terapagos, they aren't KOing it. So they have to KO this one. Unless, again, Dusclops. Dusclops! That could do it. But they would be ahead in prize if they use Dusclops to KO my active Terapagos. So either way, the active Terapagos is getting KO'd. And Charizard's not KOing my Terapagos on the bench. So we have that going for us. Super Rod. What are you getting back with Super Rod? Duskull and Illuminion. Okay. Iono. That's fine. Yeah, totally fine. Night Stretcher actually really helps here. I grab my Hoothoot. Do I need the Hoothoot though? If I just get the Bouffalant instead. So I get the Bouffalant because hopefully I eventually get the other Bouffalant out of my prize cards, or I could Night Stretcher for the Ursaluna. But like once we get rid of this Charizard, they really don't have anything else to attack with yet. Lost Vacuum. Okay, then get rid of my Area 0, which, again, fine. I just get rid of my Rotom Fan. I mean, I can never have my full power attacks again. But at this, again, they don't have another Charizard ready to go. So I kind of just start blasting things. And hope for the best. I've played one boss orders this game, right? Or no, that was the last game to stall. So I still have both my boss orders as well. Which is good. Because if they do get up a Charmander next turn, then I can just destroy it, right? I'm going to put the lightning energy on the Terapagos so I have a consistent 180 if I need it. And then I can... I guess I don't... I'm going to Night Stretcher for the Hoothoot. Because I don't have enough bench space for Bouffalants anymore, right? Do I bother Dodrioing right now? I don't think I do. I guess Bravery Charm on the Terapagos would have been better. I need to do Crown Opal to KO this Charizard. Which I do. And now we're in a really good spot. Unless, for some reason, I don't have a Boss Orders in my deck. Then we're in a bad spot. Pidgeot's going to become the active. Yeah, I need to get rid of that Charmander right away. Unless they have 2 Charmanders, then we're kind of boned. But if it's just the one, I need to find Noctowl, and I need to find Boss Orders, and then just pull that Charmander. The unfortunate thing is, because my deck is so small, if I have to take too much, if I have to draw too many cards to find Noctowl, it'll be really bad. So Fire Energy onto... Ooh, yeah, the Radiant Zard could be an issue too. But it can only hit for... I say it can only hit for 250, but that's enough to KO Terapagos. But we get a Dodrio ready, and we can Dodrio the Radiant Charizard really easily. Iono. Them using Iono against me actually really helps me, so I don't mind that. There's the Iono. Yep, there's boss orders. I was gonna say there's guaranteed a boss orders in our deck because we know that one of those is one of our prize cards is a Hoothoot, one is a Terapagos, and one's a Bouffalant. Because we didn't pull any of those off of our other prizes, so there could only be one boss orders in the prizes, and because we played 2, that guaranteed that we have one. So we actually just got put into our boss orders, so their Iono really helped us. Because now I can just grab this Charmander. They must run a 1. They might run only Duskull and Dusknoir. And then try to rare candy into it. Because I have not seen the Dusclops yet. Watch it be right here. Look. Rare candy. Yep, there's the Dusknoir. But that's fine. You KO one. You can KO one of my bench Pokemon. If you KO one of my bench Pokemon, that actually helps me a lot more than you doing damage to my Terapagos. Actually, well, because Charizard. Yeah, Chris Blast. You're gonna KO Bibarel. That's fine. I don't need that anymore. It gives us both a prize card. I get my other boss orders, so there was a boss orders in the prize cards. And now you don't do anything. So what I can do here... I could boss orders up that Charmander. KO the Charmander so that you can't evolve into a Charizard. And then if you bring forward your Radiant Charizard to KO my Terapagos, you still have 1 prize card left. And I can bring in Dodrio, and either I can boss orders up your Rotom, or I can just knock out your Radiant Charizard. So I think we might have it here, barring nonsense. So what I'll do, I'm going to double turbo. No, I'm not. I'm going to Earthen Vessel. Probably shouldn't have done that, actually. No, I can drop the double turbo with it. Grab... couple energies, because I could have I could have Glass Trumpet is what I could have done. No, I can't. Why can't I Glass Trumpet? There's no energy in here? It's just double turbos? Okay, that would be why. I'm going to attach energy to this Dodrio. I can also use it on that Dodrio if I really need to. Right now, this Dodrio, if I could read its frickin' attack, because it's 30 for each damage counter, I'm going to draw with it once just to make sure it does enough damage. I'm actually going to draw with both of them, just to make sure that they do enough damage to whoever I pull in. And then, boss orders. Pull up that Charmander. And I could actually Crown Opal, and that stops their Charizard from attacking me. So we can even lock them even more appropriately here. Perfect. I love that. I love that. Hey, our Hoothoot. They're going to bring the Pidgeot again. But as long as they don't Iono me, we're fine. Even if they do. That puts these cards on the bottom. I draw 2, so it's 4 cards I'd have to get to hopefully get a boss order. So I'd be Bibarel to get 3, and then I could get 2 more Dodrios. So I essentially would have 1 chance to get a boss orders. Or if I get my Noctowl, because I still have a Noctowl in there. Which I would guarantee get a Noctowl. For a Seal Stone. Late game for a Seal. The late game Forest Seal. What do you get between your Pidgeot and a Forest Seal Stone that get you out of this position? It's like Iono is their best chance, but because I have a Noctowl, I'm actually fine. Quick search. I think you gun for another Charmander, right? Because that's your hope, is getting another Charizard out here. It's like your Radiant Charizard can't attack right now because of Crown Opal. So you need to get a Charizard EX out here. Or, like, start setting up a Duskull. Or, I guess, if you play, what's his name? Starts with a T. It's not Tierno, it's not Trevor, it's not Tortellini, it's not Tartar. Well, you know, you don't get to see what Pidgeot is. There's one supporter that can save them here if they play it. And I can't remember what it's called. Starts with a T, though. It's the one that allows you to bring a basic Pokemon out of your discard pile and replace one of your Pokemon on the field with it. So you could, like, replace Pidgeot with a Charmander and then use the Forest Seal Stone to get into Charizard. But I should still win at that point, because I still have the boss's orders and a Dodrio. We're gonna see the Forest Seal Stone. What is his name? Fire Energy onto the Pidgeot is interesting. I don't have any of my cards in my office. They're all in my living room. So I can't even look up the dumb card's name. Boss's orders. That could do... That's fine. Does Charizard get to attack still? Or is it only against the Terapagos you don't get to attack? Is that how that works? Or is it just no basic Pokemon can attack at all? With how slow they're going, I don't know that they can. During your opponent's next turn, prevent all damage done to this Pokemon. Okay, so they can attack with Charizard. So that's fine. They KO my Dodrio, but I just bring back in my Terapagos. Well, no, I don't. I mean, I can, because I just need the boss's orders on the Rotom V. I just need a boss's orders, the Rotom V, and then we win. Boss orders. Come here, baby boy. I'm finishing you off from earlier. They concede before I can even do the attack. How rude. But yeah, it's not Tierno. We're looking it up right now. We're looking at it right now, gang. So you can confirm that I know the name now. You don't have to write in the comment section. I swear. If any of you write in the comment section, I'm gonna bloody scream. Charizard but Dragapult. It's in that deck, I think. I think I have it in that deck still. There it is. Thornton. Thornton, here's a who. That's the card they could have played and gotten to a Charizard that turn if they had in their deck. I don't know that they did. A lot of Charizards do run it. That's why it's in this deck, because this is Charizard but Dragapult. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining me today. If you liked this video, be sure to like and subscribe. If you have any suggestions for the deck, because this deck does need suggestions, it's a little too slow, but maybe that's just Terapagos in general. I don't know. I don't play against enough Terapagos or play enough Terapagos. But if you have suggestions, let me know in the comment section below. And if you want to try the deck out for yourself, there is the deck list in the description. You can just copy-paste that right into TCG Live. In fact, watch this. Create a deck, import. That's how you do it. Anyways, Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you next time. Have a good night, everybody.